afternoon, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm going to try and record Quadfall, which is another puzzle from March of the Quads. This puzzle is by Nichint Agarwal and Skunkworks. So this puzzle is one I remember basically when we created it, and I remember testing this puzzle, going, this is possibly my favorite puzzle from the pack. I thought this puzzle was absolutely stunning. And this is a puzzle that has been recorded previously for the channel. I did a solve of this puzzle to end the March of the Quads event on the channel back on the so it was solved on the channel back on the 20th of April 2022, so over 2 years ago. I will post a link to the solve of this puzzle, the video where this puzzle was solved back then in the description below. So if you want to check out my solve from 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, as of me recording this 2.5 years ago, I still don't know when these are going to be released. You can do that, but I'm re-recording all of these puzzles. 2.5 years, I wanted to solve them again. You get a completely fresh solve. There's a few puzzles in this pack that have been solved on the channel before. I'm doing them again. They're released as bonus videos, so I have no problem with that. So, yeah. Let's have a look at Quadfall. So we have normal Sudoku rule, of course, links below also to this puzzle and to the pack and everything you need. So normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Digits in a quadruple circle must be placed at least once in the 4 cells touching that circle. So we know that there will be an 8 and a 9 in these cells. It might be possible that both of those are 8. That would be perfectly legal. Don't know. Digits placed on an arrow must sum to the digit placed on that arrow's circle. So the sum of those 3 digits gets placed there. The sum of those 3 digits gets placed there. That's what we know. I'm really looking forward to this because I don't think I've solved this since April 2022. And I remember loving this puzzle. So I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my time. Let's give this a shot. So this... Actually, this I think matters because I must put, right, these, let's look at this. I've got to put 4, 5, and 6 into those cells, but I can't put 4, 5, and 6, I can't put 2 of them into those cells because if I put any 2 of 4, 5, and 6 into these cells, then these would have a minimum of 9, but this has a maximum of 9. So this would have to be 0. So the 4, 5, and 6, there's 4, 5, and 6 in those, and one of these is 4, 5, or 6. One of these is 4, 5, or 6. But here, one of these is 4, 5, or 6. Here, I need to put 4, 5, or 6. But again, I can't put 2 of them here. Because if I put 4, 5, 6 in here, the minimum is 9, and that is broken. So, because I've got to put 3 different digits from 4, 5, 6, these are from 4, 5, 6. But on this arrow, I have to put a 4, 5, 6 down here, but there's a minimum of 4 here. So if I put a 5 here, and even the 4 here, I've broken the arrow. This has to be 4. This has to be 1, 4. This has to be 5, 6. This is a 9. I don't know, that can't be a 4. But this now can't be a 9. But I must put a 5 or a 6 on this arrow. I can't put a 6. 6, 1, 1 would work. No, I can't. This minimum here is 2. So if I put a 6 on this, if this is a 6, the minimum, if this is a 6, the minimum would be 1, 2, and this would need to be 9. If this is a 6, the minimum would be 1, and the minimum here would be 2, and this would need to be 9. I can't put a 6 on this arrow. There is a 5 on this arrow, though. And the maximum here is 8. This is a 7 or an 8, because this could be, no, this is a minimum of 2. If this is a 5, this is 1, 2, and this is an 8. If this is a 5, there's a 2 here and a 1 here, and this is an 8. This is always an 8. This 6 makes this 5 and this 6. This 5, the minimum here is 1, 2, which would make this an 8, or it's 1, 3, sorry, 1, 3, there must be a 1, making this a 9. So this must be 8 or 9. Six is in one of these two. Oh, this is cool. Where is that digit on this quadruple? Because this is an 8 or a 9, and there must be an 8 or 9 on this quadruple. If this was a 9, where would I put 9 on this quadruple? If this is a 9, the 9 on this quadruple couldn't be in any of those cells, and if that was a 9, this would have to be at least 9 plus 1 equals 10. This is an 8, and the 8 on this quadruple now has to be there, making this the 1 and this the 9. That is so cool. These now can only sum to 3, so they're 1 and 2. The 1 is looking down, making that the 2 and that the 1. This is a maximum of 7. Pardon me. This is a minimum of 3. This is a minimum of 3. So this is 6 or 7. And because this is a minimum of 3 and this is a minimum of 3, this could only be 3, 3 or 3, 4. If I put a 5 on this, I'd need a 1 or a 2, and I can't put a 1 or a 2 in either of those cells. And I can't do any, I can't make them higher because, so this is 3, 3 or 3, 4. Oh, the 4 makes that a 3. Okay. Five on, is this more resolved now? This is a minimum of 4. This is a minimum of 2. So this is 6 or 7. Sorry about that. Got interrupted by a household emergency. So where was I? So this is a minimum of 4. This is a minimum of 2. So this is a 6 or a 7 because it can't be an 8 or a 9. Now, so these have to be different. So if this is 3, 3, this would be 4, 2. No, hang on. If this is 3, 3, this would be 6. This would have to be 7. If this is 3, 3, this would be to make this 6. If this is 3, 3 to make this 6, this would be 7. And this would have to be 5, 2. If this is 3, 4 to make this 7, this would have to be 6. And this would be 4, 2. This is always 2. And this is 4 or 5. That's interesting, I suppose. The 2 here makes this a 2, which reduces this. If this is a 5, if this is a 5, this has to be 1, 2, and it can't be. So this can't be the 5. This is the 5. Hang on. if this is a 5, to get this to 8, these have to sum to 3, and they're 1, 2. This can't be 5, 1, 2. This would be 5, 1, 4, and this would have to be a 9. This isn't the 5, this is the 5. These now have to sum, this is a 1, 2 pair, in order to make these sum to 3, and this is the 1, and this is the 2. That makes this a 1 by Sudoku, which makes this a 4 and this a 1. Oh, the 9 around this quadruple is there. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 2 and 3. The 2 here makes this the 3, which makes this the 2. Is it this arrow? Minimum here is 3. Minimum here is 1. Minimum here is 3. So this is 7 or 9 because it can't be 8. So the maximum, with this being a minimum of 4, no, that could go higher. That could go to 5. But it couldn't go higher than 5. This is 3 or 5. This minimum here is 6. So this is 1 or 3. Minimum here is 4. So this is 3, 4, or 5. One, two, three, four, five, six. These are 7, 8, 9. So this is a 7. This becomes an 8, 8, 9. Four, 4, 4 is in one of those two. 1 is up here. 2 is right there, which puts 2 in the corner. 2 is in one of those two, which puts 2 right there. One is up here. 1 is in one of those two. Oh, 6, 7 can't be there or in either of those. This is a 6, 7 pair, and that's the 2. So this is 3 or 5. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't put 4 there. I can't put 6 there. So 6 is in one of those two. This triple is 6, 7, and 9. There's no 9 in those. That's the 9. This is a 6, 7, which makes that the 4, which means this is a 6, 7 pair. 1, 2, this is a 3. These are 4, 5, and 8. I can't put a 4 there because 4 has to be in one of those two. 4 is in one of those two. Oh, that's gorgeous. If this is... Look what happens if that's a 4. If this goes 2, 4, this becomes 6, this becomes 7, this becomes 3, 4, and I've got 4 in both of those, and I break that quadruple. That can't be a 4. If this is a 4, it goes 6, 7, 4, and there's no 4 here. That's a 5, which means that's a 7, that's a 6, and that's a 3. There's no 5 here. The 6 makes that the 7. That's really cool. 3 is up here. That did remarkably little. Well, it takes 5 out of there. These are 3, 4, and 5. These are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's not helping me, is it? It's got to be... Oh, the 7 makes this the 9. If this is a 1, these would have to sum to 8. I could do 5, 3. This is a 3, these would have to sum to 6, which would be 3, 3. Hang on a minute. If that's a 4, these have to sum to 5, and I can't make those sum to 5. This can't be a 4. 4 would need these to sum to 5. I'd need 1, 4, which I can't do, or 3, 2, which I can't do. That's a 3, which means this is a 1. These sum to 4. That's the 5. That's the 3. I can take 3 out of those. That's a 4, 5. I've done the arrows now. 5 is not in any of those. 8 is not in any of those. 8 is in one of those two. What is this triple? Well, that's not the 1. That's the 1. This is 3, 7, and 8. There's no 3 or 7 there. That's the 8. Take the 8 out of there. Take the 8 out of there. That becomes the 8. The 3, 7... The 3 makes that the 7 and that the 3. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's no 5 there. This is a 4, 5, 6. So these are 1, 2, 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. There's no 7 there. There's no 3 there. What's this triple? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's no 9 there. That's the 3. Let's do that again. Take the 3 out of there. This is a 7, 9. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and 6. Have I done all the quadruples? 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. I need, as soon as I put a 4 in here, I'm done. I've got my 2. I've got to put a 4 in here. It's not looking like a problem. 5 is in one of those two because of the 5 looking across. So this isn't a 5. 7 is in one of those. And 9. Hang on, what is this? This is 4 or 7 only. So this is a 4, 6, 7 triple. That's the 5. Oh, I had a 4, 6 pair. That's the 5, which makes that the 4, which makes that the 6, and that the 4. The 6 makes that the 7 and that the 6. The 4 looks down, making that the 7. This is a triple, which is 4, 5, 9. There's no 4 there. There's no 5 there. The 8 makes that the 9 and that the 8. There's no 9 there. Four makes that 5. This row, 1, 6, 8. And must contain an 8. There's no 1 there. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 8, and 9 must contain an 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, and 9 must contain a 7. There's no 9 there. Okay. Have I made a terrible error? The math all looks good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goes into those. There's no 5 here. One in this column is in one of those two. Oh, this is a 1, 3 pair. Where's 3 in this box? 3, 3, 3, 3. This is a 3. So this is a 1. a very early 3 in the corner, which makes this a 6 and this a 1, which looks back making that an 8. That takes 8 out of there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's a 4, 6 pair in the column. So that's an 8, that's a 5, that's a 4, which looks like making that the 6 and that the 4, which makes that the 6. This is not the 6. The 6, well, the 4 and the 8 make that the 9, which makes that the 7 and that the 9. The 9 looks back making that the 4, which makes that the 5 and that the 9. The 5 makes that the 4. There's no 4 there. The 9 makes that the 8. The 9 comes out of here. This is a 5, 7. The 5 looks down, making that the 7 and that the 5. The 7 looks up, making that the 6 and that the 7. And that is the correct solution to the puzzle. I love this puzzle. The break-in with the 4, 5, and 6, I think is absolutely stunning. I vaguely remembered there was something going on with these arrows. Even after 2.5 years and thousands of puzzles solved, I remembered there was something going on with these quadruples and these arrows, and that they were under a lot of beautiful pressure because you couldn't put 2 of the digits on the arrows, and therefore it forced these diagonals. I remembered something about that. I didn't remember this at all, that digit having to be that digit, and this trick with the 4s on this arrow, I didn't remember that at all. But that's what a couple of years does to your brain, particularly at my age. Oh, beautiful puzzle. Still happy with it. I might actually watch my previous solve at some point and see how I did there and whether I did better or worse. Couldn't tell you. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. And as always, good luck with your solving.